So as the name suggests, the sports injury community is a community. It's not a passive website where we just throw out advice at you and kind of tips and go read this, do this. We want to hear from you basically. We want to build a support system where everybody can help each other and support each other through their recovery, because if you're an avid sports person, you know, injuries come and go, and you can never really kind of be complacent about them, and they're a challenge. They're an exciting thing to kind of have to focus on, and it makes you readdress kind of how much you love your sport, really. So what the sports injury community is about is everyone contributing and everyone sharing. So, for example, if you're an athlete who has recovered from injury and you'd like to share your story and your experiences, then not only will the people who will read your story get a lot from kind of what you've overcome, what you've achieved, and get a sense of kind of hope and maybe relate to it. The aim is that by you sharing, you'll also get a lot and a chance to look back really on what you have overcome and your accomplishments, because you know, with anyone who's kind of outgoing and kind of optimistic and is very active, like I'm sure a lot of people using the site are, it's very easy to always be thinking, well, what's the next challenge? What am I going to achieve now? What's my goals? But it's really great sometimes to stop and look back on what you have already accomplished and really kind of get to the core of how great kind of you really are, and get a sense of pride of what you have achieved, because injury is really tough and you go through a whole range of emotions, and you know, really kind of look back and give yourself a pat on the back for kind of having come through that, and hopefully coming out the other side a lot more aware of kind of yourself, why you do sport, how you cope with stress, with pressure, various things like that. So yeah, by contributing, not only are you helping other people, but also the aim is that you'll get something out of it yourself. The aim is also with the kind of Get Committed and with people offering advice on various subjects, not just focusing on the practical exercises and the very matter-of-fact thing, but about the emotional things and kind of the whole holistic approach to injury and to recovery, is that you'll get a chance to maybe consider options or consider sports or have an insight into a point of view maybe you haven't considered before. So the aim is that you can find what's relevant to you, because ultimately different people kind of will go for have different emotions and respond better to different types of treatment. So the idea is we'd love to kind of hear from any personal trainers, any physios, anyone maybe doing Pilates, yoga, alternative therapy, that can submit a point of view really, because at the end of the day that's what it's about. It's about taking in as much information as possible and then from that selecting what's right for you, rather than being told this is what you're doing and maybe you don't really connect with it and therefore you can't put your full effort in. The other thing is we want to hear about success stories, and we want to have people connecting. So maybe you read a story about someone, a daily diary of someone who's going through injury at the moment, and you've kind of recently, or maybe you're a few weeks ahead of them in your recovery. So we want to hear kind of for you guys to connect and kind of motivate and inspire each other, just kind of friendly things like, you know, how's it going, have you done your exercise today, little reminders that help keep people on track, and kind of, you know, as I said before, the kind of when you're injured, you are often out of your social group because maybe you're not training with your rugby club, your football club. It's kind of harder to get involved because maybe you can't physically kind of get out or drive around if you've kind of done your leg in or something. So it's giving you a new community and a new group of people to chat with, to share thoughts, and you know, whether that be kind of in-depth kind of advice or whether that just simple things like, hey, how's it going? You know, I'm really impressed with everything you've achieved. I'm hoping to do the same. So yeah, it's a community, and we're always open to having people submit articles. So if anything you want to say, anything you want to contribute, please do get in touch, and hopefully you know, we can pay it forward and inspire kind of the next generation of people coming through, that sports injury doesn't have to be the end, and that you can recover and you can return to sport and love it kind of every single moment that you can to kind of be out doing your sport. So.